The two Syrian opposition groups which have now joined forces. We've got the Syrian National Co-ordination Committee and then the Syrian National Council, which signed an agreement together in Cairo. That document which came out of it saying it wants to protect all civilians within international law, wants to prevent sectarian rifts developing. Interestingly, doesn't want any foreign intervention that could affect national unity or Syria's sovereignty. It's also called for a new constitution to be written which will guarantee a democratic parliamentary system and wants to make sure all institutions are maintained if this government does fall. We're going to take a closer look at that now with Ashraf Al-Moqdad, who is a member of another Syrian opposition group, the Damascus Declaration, and he's in Cairo for us. Thank you for your time. What do you make of this document that has been produced, particularly the point about the foreign intervention? Because as our correspondent was just saying, I don't know if you heard, the talk of wanting to get the United Nations security, or at least get it referred to the Security Council so something actually happens.
Well, unfortunately, there is two types of opposition in Syria. Opposition which is outside Syria and opposition inside Syria which is made to order by the regime. And what scared the regime the most? Scared the regime, not the Arab League. He's making a mockery out of the Arab League observers. What scared him the most is the international interference. United Nations or the Security Council or the NATO, because he knows they mean business. So the first thing the regime aim or fight for is to stop all international interference in his business, which is killing the people and try to suppress the intifada or the uprising which is happening in Syria. Now, he has an opposition which works inside Syria, so-called opposition. Now, their job, they will tell you anything you need to know, anything you want to hear, but the first thing, and they will fight for you to death, not to have an international interference inside Syria. Now,
and you suspect that, sorry, if I just jump in, then you suspect that until there is actually some sort of intervention from whoever it may be, the status quo will remain. If you use Libya as the benchmark almost, there was a strong opposition there, a National Transitional Council, but it only got something done when someone else came in and did something, the international forces.
Absolutely. Look, Syrian people are not stupid. 10 months they've been demonstrating peacefully. They've been going on the road. There's 10,000 murdered already, and they've been calling for international interference. They've been calling to refer the whole file to the United Nations and Security Council for now how long? For 4 months. There's about 7 Fridays, which the people in Syria call them anything, you know, like either international protection, international flight zone. And all there's 7 of them, which we lost nearly 1,000 people for those Fridays to call for international protection. Now, this agreement, which has happened yesterday between the council and those groups inside Syria, call specifically for not referring the subject, the whole thing, to the United Nations under the auspice or under the banner of the international interference.
So what
now, this is not what the Syrian people call for. Yes. What
then would your group, the Damascus Declaration, your group is called, what would you want to do? You obviously don't want to get involved in this particular unity group. What would you have happen instead?
I'm sorry, look, it is really simple. The people in Syria have called for it. We need this mockery of what they call the Arab League to finish. Yesterday, for God's sake, they were shooting, they were sniping at people in front of the Arab League observers. This videotape you showed was leaked by the activists, wasn't leaked by the Arab League, wasn't leaked by the government. This is our job. This is what we've been doing, to show the world the mockery what he's making out of the Arab League. Now, Arab League is impotent, got no teeth, he can't force nothing. We know what we need to do. We need to go to the international community. We need to go to the Security Council, and that's when real things will happen, and the murder, the crime against humanity will stop. Nothing else will stop it. Syrian people know that. You know that. Anybody would know that.
That's the view of Ashraf Al-Moqdad from the Syrian opposition group, the Damascus Declaration. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.